Starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Evening, Dave. Evening, Mitch. Mitch, what's that comment about red to green? Tell me about it. I'm not going to lie to you. You had me a little freaked out here just a couple of minutes ago. But tell me what that means. I'm just curious. How's everybody doing tonight? Lots of people on the call. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. We're going to start tonight. Let's relax for a minute. Let's everybody just take a... Can you guys hear me? Let's get that prerequisite question out of the way. Hola to you, Omero. How are you, sir? What's going on down there in the Texas? We making some money today? Give me the high sign, brother. Not yet. Not yet. Well, we got to get you making some money. Tonight's going to help you with that. Tonight's going to help you with that. We're going to cover some Q&A and some questions that have been popping up repeatedly. We're going to get that stuff out of the way. And then we're going to go over the little direct mail piece that I put together that I'm going to be mailing out here. And I'll get that out very, very soon so we can report how that went. And then I got a little gift for everybody tonight. So if you were on the fence about making the call, I think you're going to dig this one. It's an awesome little, well, you just got to stick around. I'll show it. And then we got some questions coming in the question box. What about WBSMS? That's one of the things we're going to talk about, Ron, because apparently we created a lot of confusion over the last couple of days, and that certainly wasn't the intent. So we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna clear all those things up as soon as we get rolling here. We're just gonna give it enough time, make sure everybody can get here. We'll try and get it started right at 8 Eastern promptly. Does anybody have any questions for me? Worked on my motorcycle today. Does anyone want to talk about motorcycles? No? No, Dave. Shut up, Dave. How you doing, William? Good to see you, sir. I like quads. Sheldon says, I like quads. I got an 800 Renegade that's all tricked out and badass. Want to talk about quads? I could tell you my last crash story. That was, let's see, we're going back May 15th, so we're knocking on 2 years ago.
Maybe Sheldon works out. Maybe he likes his quads.
I don't think that's what he meant. I think we're on the same page, me and Sheldon. I think we're on the same page. Put mine over on myself, trying to. Oh, you're in upstate New York. Yeah, now I know we're on the same page. Yeah, put mine over on myself at the UP 300, and busted myself up pretty good. Just another series of pins and casts and things in a long line of crashes. I have a theory, Sheldon, that. People that get hurt really, people that die crashing, I think just don't have enough practice crashing. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. Let's see. Not sure if I should ask this on the webinar. Well, I should stop reading it out loud. Are you offering any payment plan on the WBSMS? We're not, William. We're not. We're not offering that to the public because you guys are all, you know, because you guys are all valued customers, very frankly. If you need it, shoot us an email, and I'm sure we can work something out, okay? But there won't be a sales page up with a payment plan, no. But if you need it, you know, shoot us an email, and we'll work it out. I'm confident we can do that much. That's not a problem. So, are you going to talk about APS? That'll probably come up a little bit. Ron Blaze says, just give me a buy link and then I'll take a nap. We can do that, Ron. I have a buy link. If you go to wreckingballsms.com/customer-loyalty-offer.
You put that in the message box?
That's what I'm doing, sir.
I lost
I like
you
that thinking, Ron.
SMS/cus. I'm the worst speller on the planet, man. I really am. I can't spell anything. So yeah, check the spelling, and if it looks like it's spelled wrong, that's probably the deal.
Yeah.
And feel free to correct as needed. Yeah, well, you need short codes. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I didn't set up a pretty link because it's not a sales webinar tonight. You know, this is our SPS Bonus Webinar, and we're just asking, you know, getting questions out of the way and helping people that bought SPS. We just had so many questions come in that I figured it was good to invite everybody so so people could understand, you know, so we could get the questions answered. But that's why I don't have a pretty link set up, because it's not really a sales webinar. You know, we're not pitching anything tonight. Did I misspell Wrecking Ball in my signature block? Yeah. I do that all the time. Especially if I'm like, if you want me to spell something right, I can't be talking while I type. Where did I misspell it, Ron? Did I misspell it when I sent you the link? Is that where I misspelled it? Let's get started. Let's get started. We've got the SPS system up on the screen. With me, as always, are my partners, Christopher Griffin and Ed Hopkins. And Amoroso says, in the house, ... bitches. I love you, man.
What's going on?
John Amoroso, one of my favorite characters on the planet. Yeah, how you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, doing good. What's going on, Dave? Ed, how's everybody doing out there?
Living the dream, man.
Living the dream.
All right. Man,
Some days that's all you can ask for. Mitch says he's doing great. We know how JA's doing. Digital Dave says, I am ready. All lowercase. I'd like to see a little more emphasis on it, but I still love you, brother. Let's get questions out of the way. If anybody's got any questions, get them punched in here, and I will we'll get them all taken care of, and we'll go through an order. Is there some common reoccurring support issues, Ed or Chris, that you want to get out of the way and address right away?
Well, actually, no. Our goal here early on with this webinar is that literally my inbox is just full of questions. People asking the differences between SPS and Wrecking Ball SMS, and do I need the SMS monster to add to it? So I think that's kind of what we want to address, and of course to answer any technical questions. Now, I do see some questions here about LBS and APS. Just send us an email on those. This is really not the webinar for that. It's two different products. But we want everyone to understand the differences, and I think that's, you know, the questions that come in and people that are confused on, well, what is this? I mean, what is Wrecking Ball SMS? We're going to talk about all that. And I have SPS now, and do I need to get anything else? I mean, you know, you can use SPS the way it is. We have an onboard SMS gateway for you to use. You can use that right now out of the box. You can send SMS messages and manage all your campaigns through SPS. You don't need anything more than that. There's just you know, a newer version of that with more features, and it's the SMS Monster. And basically what we did is we combined the two together, creating just one powerful package. And that's essentially what we have here. So I guess anything technical, any questions?
Yeah, I see one right now. Joe H says he's also confused. If we put SPS in one directory and SMS in another, or the monster in another directory, what is in the root? Well, you could have put SPS in your root directory. When you unzip the file, obviously everything said SPS in one folder. You could have just took the files within that SPS folder and just upload them to your root, and you would have been fine. So you would have had SPS as your front-end website, and that's exactly what it's designed to do. It's your sales website. It's your identity. So ideally, you want to have that on your root.
Yeah. And Suzanne, you're set up. You've got everything you need. So you already have the Monster, and you already have SPS. You're ready to go. You don't need to buy anything else. Your link doesn't take me to a buy button.
I covered that one already. Just so you guys know, look, here's the deal. There's a little marketing going on the sales page, because that's what we do. We're marketers, right? So you can buy The buy button appears about 6 minutes into the video. That's the reality. There's a pile of bonuses that appear at about the 15-minute mark in the video. We did that on purpose. We want you to watch that video. We want you to understand what you're getting. However, that's the deal. You can buy both the package, the SPS and SMS package together, or you can buy the individual components right on that customer loyalty offer page. But we want you to understand what you're buying, so we wanted to force you to watch the video. We could have just put the buy buttons up, and we don't think that would have been the right way to go here, because this is, this is real enterprise class business software. It's important you understand what you're getting. This isn't a WSO for $7. So we did that on purpose, and that's where the buy buttons are.
Okay, Ed, what is the best way to set up LBS and SPS at the same time? Purchase them both. So
well, what you can do is you can, in your text messages, when a campaign is sent out for a business, you can actually put a URL to a coupon image, and if you go into your LBS control panel, under the campaign at the very bottom, there's a link that will give you an absolute URL to the coupon image that the system automatically creates. So you can actually put that coupon link inside your text message and bring up that coupon, and they can show that coupon to the business. Right.
Okay, and another question about, I already purchased LBS, SPS at the same time. Let's see, do I need WBSMS? Let me explain this again, just to be very clear. SPS already has an onboard SMS gateway where you can send out and run text message campaigns. SPS side allows you to manage all your clients, set up packages, and a front-end website to sell your services. Now, just the addition is the SMS Monster. So you would be adding the SMS Monster if you want enhanced features, if you want more features that go beyond what our onboard SMS system provides. The SMS Monster is the way to go. So really the combined package of SPS and SMS Monster, it's confusing, right?
Wrecking Ball SMS.
Is Wrecking Ball SMS, okay? That is combined. So if you already have SPS, you are fine the way you are. If you want to go with more features, you can add SMS Monster to the mix, and now you have a more robust SMS sending system.
Also want to add too, in our scaled down version of the old Monster, you cannot create a client. Now with the Wrecking Ball SMS, you can, if you want, you can have your clients log into the Wrecking Ball SMS and run their campaigns themselves if you wanted it that way. But still, SPS either way is going to speak to either system, and especially with the Wrecking Ball SMS, once you install that, all you do, let me take you back here into the back office and show you just one URL that you change, and it will automatically speak to the Wrecking Ball SMS.
Yeah, and I want to address one question here for Joe. Joe wants to know exactly what we were just talking about, guys. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think you would be there that quick. Go for it, Ed.
Yeah, this is the URL. First, you get wherever you have your Monster or Wrecking Ball SMS installed, you're going to find the directory where it's at, and then at the end of it, put add_SPS_free_trial.php, and that invokes both systems to start communicating with each other. It's that easy.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely no parameters to set on the Monster side of things. It's all taken care of already in the code. Joe is asking about what we talked about with the members area. The two products have recently been combined into the package. That's extremely powerful, and we've built a members area for that package. So some of you that have had SPS for a little while are going to the old SPS site, which is complete, everything's there, but we do have that duplicated, so it's all under one roof. And we're gonna mail out an access form to you guys that are existing SPS customers that will get you inside of this new members area as well. And that way you'll have everything all under one roof if you want it there. So
yeah, that's a good point.
I also want to tell you guys too, we've at the SPS News Center here, Anytime there's a new update, it'll automatically appear at the bottom right of your admin dashboard, and it'll tell you if your SPS version is up to date or not.
Now, there's also people that have SMS Monster, but do not have the front side, the client management side, the ability to have, to set up packages that your clients can choose from and have the automation that's built in to SPS. Well, you can purchase just SPS and attach it to the existing Monster that you already have. So there are a lot of options here, and they can be confusing. That's why we wanted to have this webinar, so we can hopefully clarify that for everybody. So let's see here. Do we have a backup in case the system crashes? Ed, why don't you answer that one?
For our site?
Yes.
I'm trying to, if they're talking about the SMSprospectingsystem.com or?
I guess, I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's daily backups 3 times a day.
Yeah, and inside of the SMS system, there's no automatic backup, but a manual backup is very easy and a 30-second affair.
Yeah.
So.
Dave, I know you bought everything, man. We appreciate you. Will they work seamlessly together?
Absolutely.
Once you get to, yeah.
Once you set that one URL that I showed earlier, you're good to go. It'll start communicating when somebody fills out this 30-day free trial form. Business comes in here, fills it out. It's instantly set up in your SMS Monster / Wrecking Ball SMS. Then they can immediately have customers start texting in with their keyword that they selected. So they can get customers right away as soon as they sign up. And once the person's in the system, at day 28, 29, and 30, the system automatically sends them an email and tell them, hey, your trial's up here in a few days. Please log into your back office and upgrade your account or contact support for more information. Automatically all done for you.
Yeah. Now, John, I think your question, Ed already answered your question about, I think you were asking about if you have SPS and you already have the Monster, can you access it from the Wrecking Ball? Yeah, once we give you access to that, you can just follow Ed's instructions on changing the URL and have access directly.
Yeah. And go ahead.
Hey, we have another question here. I have a small Italian pizza place. I would like to get help get started in the web world and start with SMS. Is a free 60-day evaluation for them something I can offer? Well, absolutely you can. Obviously, your site is set for a 30-day free trial. What you do is just have them come through, tell them you'll honor a 60-day, have them come through and fill out the 30-day free trial, and then you're going to want to log into your back office, and I'm going to show you how you can actually change that particular member to a 60-day free trial. So right here, you're going to come down here. All you do is add a month to the entire free trial expires field and hit save, and that'll extend that out for another.
Excellent.
Okay. Alejandro, yeah, it will be a different price if I have SPS and wanted to combine the WB SMS. Well, here, if you have SPS, yes, you are going to get a deal, but you're going to be adding SMS Monster.
Right.
Now you have WB SMS, Wrecking Ball SMS. You have the full package that we're selling. But you can just add the SMS Monster to SPS.
Right. And Susan's asking, and there's been a couple of these questions, is the bonus mobile phone client admin module available separately? That is actually going to be sold separately early next week, Suzanne, as a WSO. However, if you own the package or SPS or the Wrecking Ball SMS Monster, then you're going to get it for free. So anybody that already owns either of the products or the package will get all of the bonuses that we've recently added to the sales page. You'll get those for free anyway. But if you don't have any and you just want that, it is going up for sale as a WSO on Monday or Tuesday. Let's see.
You might want to answer that one from Suzanne.
Well, Joe asked me, and I responded by text. Joe says that there is no download for SPS inside the members area, and I was sure it was there. But Joe, we're going to check that immediately after the webinar, and I'll make sure it's there. I was certain that it was. And then this one's been coming up a lot also. Can I hook up my OneShop authorized.net links to the back end because I don't use PayPal?
Let me just say this. I got to ask, are they using First Data for their authorized.net? Because we are going to be implementing First Data API into the SPS site here in the next coming days.
So the Reader's Digest answer, Joe, is it's coming.
Yeah, it takes time. And John, you might want to look at John Garfano, his second part of his question, Dave.
Let me look.
Is there a deal? Yeah, I mean, the pricing is already set up for those that have either some of the components. We've already set that pricing up. So the deal you're getting, if you already own SPS or LVS, is for our list only. That's what it's set up. This is not the live JV or affiliate pricing that when we launch all this to the public. So Dave, you might want to answer the question about the some of the thing. Let's see.
I can't find the question out. There's so many in here.
John Garfano.
Let me look.
And then Suzanne Pact asks, is this the bonus mobile phone client admin available separately?
Yeah, I just answered that.
Oh, did you? I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, I talked forever.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
we got to be better at that. We got to put one person in charge of the questions from now on, or we'll step on each other. Let's see, John Garfano, and are the mobile standalone ready SMS bonus included if I buy the Wrecking Ball SMS system? Yeah, John. Yes. Yeah, all of the bonuses are available whether you buy the package or any individual component, or if you're already an owner. Okay, so if no matter what it is, those in any purchase situation, all those bonuses are yours. So, and like I said, we're getting the delivery of those worked out with the members area, and we'll be back in touch very, very shortly. In SPS, can I have?
Hey, Gabe, real quick, I want to address another issue we've been having. We created the system ideally to be placed on your main domain. We're still finding people placing this inside of a directory. What happens is when you do that, it kind of sets off the content manager, the editor script. So you have to go physically into one of the files and add your directory for the editor to work. If you need instructions on that, and if your editor is not working, please email me at ehopkins@erefi.com. The change takes you about 30 seconds.
Gotcha. So if they don't have it installed in the root,
they have to. There's actually a video in the members back office that shows them how to do it.
Okay. Okay. And hit up any of the support links that are scattered all around the sales pages and the I mean, there's just no way to not find us at support, guys.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah. Well, there's two questions here that kind of key into each other. Doug says, is SMS Monster the same as Chad Wyatt's WordPress plugin? No, it's absolutely not. Chad's WordPress plugin is an excellent tool, but
it's very slow though because it utilizes WordPress.
Right. That's exactly what I was just going to say. You know, I'm not looking to knock anybody's product because at entry level, right, if you're just getting started, it'll get the job done for you right up until you got a list of 400 or 500 people, and then you're probably going to run into some issues. And then Harold said right after that, are these WordPress plugins? No, there is absolutely no WordPress involved here whatsoever, Harold. Now, we do have the ability to create a widget inside of the Wrecking Ball SMS Monster that you can put on a WordPress page that allows people to buy your products and sign up as clients. But none of the programs and software we're talking about here are WordPress based because WordPress is so slow with an SMS delivery system. It's not a good thing. Tom, I'm doing my best to record it, and JA already got smart with the mouth earlier here in the question box about the first two recordings. I got one of them processed, guys. I got one of them processed. The other one is still a work in progress, but I think we're going to eke it out. For whatever reason, when you don't have the GoToMeeting codec installed 100% correctly, and nobody can seem to tell you how to do that, these videos come out in this weird format, and they literally take 12, 15 hours to process, and sometimes you have to do it 2-3 times before it works. So I'm trying to get a handle on that, and now that I have a second computer, we shouldn't be having those issues anymore. For instance, tonight I have a second computer going, recording the screen in Camtasia, so we don't have any problems. So,
hey Dave, we got another question here. Do you offer install service for a fee? Oh, absolutely. No, Ron, just send me an email and I'll gladly install it for free. No big deal. Another issue is if you're installing the monster in a subdirectory that you already have SPS on, you got to make sure that the username and password for your admin center for SPS is the same for your Wrecking Ball SMS system. Because if you don't, when you try to go on your dashboard and you hit My Campaign Management System, you try to log in, it's going to keep not letting you sign in even if you have the correct credentials, because they're sharing a cookie at that point. So what you want to do is make sure when you go back to your admin here, you're going to want to make sure you set your username and password to the same as your SMS Wrecking Ball, which is always going to be an email for your username and then the password.
Yeah, Stanley, that's a very good question. Can you send out a comparison chart? I'm confused about the products, and yeah, I'm going to put that together and send it out to everybody so you understand exactly what you have and what you may not have, and you understand what each product does.
yep, absolutely. That's actually a great idea. Let's see. And Wayne says, sorry, but to clarify, I own SPS. Is the special price for the Wrecking Ball package of $197 I see at the end of the video? Yes, correct, Wayne. Either product separately for you guys is $197, and the package is $347. It's actually you're going to start seeing people promoting it tomorrow at a higher price. So you guys will have access to it probably through tomorrow at this price, and then that page will have to come down. Let's see. Is support at wreckingballmarketing.com the best way to reach you with questions, i.e. how to set up yes. Yeah, that works, William. Just hit me up there. That's perfect. Or on Skype. Either one. My Skype name is Dave Igo, all one word, D-A-V-E-I-A-G-O. Let's see.
There's a ton of questions.
Oh, James says, Dave, how do I get a hold of you through Skype? See, it was almost like rubbing a lamp, wasn't it, James?
There you go.
It was almost like a genie kind of intuition thing. Gotcha. So James bought the monster a long time ago and has been out of touch. How do I get the new one, and where do I get the password and the new link? Hit me on Skype, James. Dave Igo, all one word, D-A-V-E-I-A-G-O. Okay. Simon, I think we covered this. Simon says, I'm confused. I already own LBS and SPS. Why would I need to upgrade to the SPS? Simon, have the Wrecking Ball SMS. Simon, have we explained that? Punch in real quick. I'm going to scroll down the bottom of the question. I want to make sure we got that one covered. Or is there still some confusion for you?
While he's answering that, Sheldon, if you're on this call and you receive the email, you're already getting offered a deal. So if you have LBS, SPS, or any of the products, you receive this email and you're on this webinar, then you are getting the discounted pricing on it. You're already getting a deal.
All right, there's still some confusion here, so let's do this. This is what you're seeing on the screen right now, guys, is SPS, the SMS prospecting system. This is your front-end website. This is your identity on the web. This is a place you can send cold traffic and cold clients to that will sign them up for free trials with SMS. This front-end gateway talks to several SMS controllers. Do you have a login there, Ed? Awesome. Otherwise, I can go to my screen. I got mine up. The Wrecking Ball SMS Monster that you're hearing about, if you're unfamiliar with it, is what Ed's logging into now, or attempting to. Here, I'll take the screen for a second. I got it up. Okay, so this is the back-end SMS control panel, being referred to as the Wrecking Ball SMS Monster. From here, you can run all of your campaigns, and you can sign clients up using these package widgets, but there is no front-end identity. There is no way for you to run just cold traffic to this. So by packaging the two of them together, you get this incredibly robust SMS platform that allows you to do all of your campaigns and contests and lead notifiers and polls and random winners, and has the calendar scheduling for SMS and lists and reporting. The SPS product, I'm going to throw this back to you, Ed, is your front-end identity on the web. Okay? Now, Ed and Chris have provided you with an SMS tool that is based on the Wrecking Ball Monster SMS that is available for you to use. However, you're using it in a limited capacity because you are signed up as a client. So if you're serious about your SMS business, that's probably something you're going to want to have on your own, and that's the SMS component of the system. Okay?
I can show them how scaled back it really is. I might as well. And then we'll kind of do a screen comparison with yours and mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like base model.
This is like the Yugo.
I mean, it'll get the job done, but it's, you know, if you're hardcore and you really want to go after this, you know, SMS Monster components in a much better way.
This is our version. It only has campaigns, a scheduler, and packages. That's it, and reports for each individual client. Now let me throw it back to Dave. I'll take a good screenshot in your head here, and what you see. Now let me throw it back to Dave, and you're going to see a big difference in the amount of features that the system has. Look at that.
Right. So this is the full-fledged admin side of the program that you can't get access to from if you're using the free provision that comes with SPS. So this is the admin side. And I think this is going to clear up some of the questions too. Where did it go here? Ron says, is there a difference between Wrecking Ball SMS and Monster SMS? No, Ron. They're the same product. This program that you're looking at on the screen that is called the Wrecking Ball SMS system now started life as the SMS Monster. And it was originally started by another gentleman, and I was pretty heavily involved in its development all the way through. However, I bought it from him and changed the name and finished it and added a bunch of features and a bunch of functionality. So they are, in fact, the same product, and every once in a while you'll hear Ed or Chris or myself still refer to it as the Monster because for 6 months we'd been calling it that. And so many people know it as the Monster, we kind of try and incorporate Monster into the name so everybody knows we're still talking about the same thing. So those are the exact same product, Ron, and I hope that clears that up for some of you.
Yeah, we're gonna retire the Monster moniker here real soon.
Yeah. Let's see. How do we use these with a third-party webinar system like Philsame's EBS? That's a great question, and I don't know necessarily, Sam, that we would have an answer for that. My best bet would be to strip the auto webinar system out of your SPS.
Nope, I got a better solution for that.
All right. Do you want the screen back, sir?
I presume, yeah, I'll take it back.
All right.
I presume that his system could just be installed anywhere. Is that correct, Dave?
I believe so, correct.
So let's say you install it in the webinar directory. What you can do is just take this image and just have it forward to your new system. Bingo, bango, you're done. That's it. You can also add links down here for a webinar, because in the system you could have as many pages on your home page as well. If you're especially doing other kinds of, for example, let's say you're doing proximity, or you're doing web design, mobile marketing, anything involving selling some sort of project or product to a business, you can do that. It all sold from here within your website.
Perfect.
So you just create an image or create a button and link over to it, and you're done.
Yep. That's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, there's some questions. I think Dave did a really good job of clarifying that. Some of these questions have already been asked, and some other questions about becoming an affiliate, questions we like to hear, and then where can I get it? We'll show you all that at the end, Stanley, where you can actually buy it.
Yep. And Ron is asking, will I get updates for the monster to make it the Wrecking Ball SMS? Yes, absolutely, Ron. If for some reason you're not getting the update emails, find me at support@wreckingballmarketing.com or on Skype at Dave Igo, and we'll get you into the new members area, and you can schedule the upgrade and update, and it takes about 5 minutes, and we'll get you all up to speed with the most current version.
Yeah, and Mitch.
See another question too, Dave. Someone asking about the versions. Why can't we?
Yeah, Mitch, we do frequently update.
Yeah, they are numbered now, and it's going to appear at the bottom right of your admin dashboard.
And inside of the SMS platform, in your admin settings, there is an information tab with a version number, and inside of the members area, a change log describing the changes that are happening in each version, so you can decide if you need to upgrade or should upgrade. And Joe, I got your message. As soon as I get off the webinar, I'll jump over there and see what's going on. Let's see, getting clearer. I own SPS, APS, LBS, and Mobile Me. How much to complete the upgrade? Well, to finish out that package, Doug, I think you're looking at $197 for the Wrecking Ball SMS system. And then you would have all of the tools that can be integrated together.
You're ready to go, man.
No doubt.
No excuse.
And Emilio says the same thing. I have SPS. Can we buy Wrecking Ball SMS? Yes, we will give you a link at the end of, or very shortly here. As a matter of fact, next time I take the screen, I will put it up again. No Twilio yet in Australia. No, John, but we were just having that conversation earlier today, and we think we've got a solution figured out for you, and we'll keep you up. We'll keep you informed. We should have answers on it very, very soon. Adriana says, how do we upgrade SPS if we have 1.1?
Basically, all you do is you come into your admin section. Let me get this out of the way. Come to your admin section, come down here to the bottom right, and there's actually a download link with instructions. And once you upload those to your server, it's going to be a complete update, and it'll tell you right here. All you're doing is transferring the entire zip file, after you unzip it, to your directory except the install folder, the ink folder, and the assets folder.
And if any of that confuses you or frightens you, Adriana, just get a hold of us at support. We'll walk you through it or take care of it for you. Let's see. FYI, video sense shortcode solution released is very slow. Oh, good to know. That just came out today, didn't it, Joe? That was scheduled to be just a monster smash hit home run. Yeah, very slow, huh? That's too bad. Yeah, and that's another one of those incorporation things why you really need dedicated software that's coded to do one thing and not an add-on for another platform. So that's a perfect example of that. Harold says, how do you back up your...
I've also seen in a couple installs.
Go ahead.
people that were using the WordPress plugin, people like to just keep adding plugins before you got like 20, 30 plugins in there. Well, I did notice in a couple installs it actually does affect the WordPress plugin that Chad made. So you got to be careful on how many plugins you actually add to that same WordPress install.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see. Christopher, all the way to the bottom. J Pool.
Blue Vision US site, is this new site for members? How do you get access to the site? See that one? That's an Ed question. I am SPS, LBS, ABS customer. That's a question for you, Ed, about the Blue Vision's, the default site that comes with SPS.
Yeah, this is your identity on the web. This is where all your businesses are going to come and sign up for your free trial, any other products that you might have that you're offering, like mobile proximity marketing or any other type of product. I don't know if that's, I think we already addressed that question.
Yeah. Jay, are you looking for access to the members area? Is that what you meant? Yeah, correct, Jay. This is the site actually created by the SPS system that you will white label as your own if you buy the SPS system.
Yeah,
That's what you're looking at here.
Customize all aspects of it.
During the install, it pretty much white labels all the content. All you really need to do is come in here and change your logo to your logo, and you're good to go. You're in business.
And Digital Dave says, what's the best way to incorporate a QR code with the free 30-day trial? Dave, I'll show you that in just a little bit here. We can jump into that. That's no problem.
I actually covered that in one of my courses I sent out.
Yeah, Chris, take a couple of questions. I actually have to go deal with a situation. I'll be back in about a minute and a half.
All right. See if we get some more. John, you've got quite a few questions on here that are long-winded. No problem. Might be better to go through our form and send an email, and either Ed or myself will take care of those questions for you. SPS website template, WordPress, we covered that already. Lou, will LBS be offered again? Just send us an email, and we'll give you the same deal that we offered everybody else, Lou, on LBS if you want LBS. Not going to shut anybody out. Let's see here. So I'm good to go. Ed, how do you add a link? Whoa, how do you add a link in the nav bar?
All right. What you do is jump over to your Content tab. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to click on Create New Page, and then your title, your link color, and then your link order, and the order of the links appear on the actual page. So if you want at the very end, you do 20. Towards the front, you do 1. You just do 20, and then once you hit Submit, that link will appear automatically.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to link outside the website, you can do that as well. Just do HTTP and then the domain name and then the file after that. But the system automatically creates page .php and then assigns a number to it. It's all done automatically.
Yeah, and Shelley, regarding your questions on the automatic webinar system, we do have a generic version that's not attached to SPS. You can just send us an email on that as well. Would you recommend using HostGator shared hosting or a VPS account?
For the Wrecking Ball or for SPS? SPS will work on
Yeah.
anything. The Wrecking Ball so far has worked on shared and dedicated.
Yeah, I'm back, by the way. The only glitch we know of as far as hosting hosting choices that just popped up actually yesterday morning that we're still kind of trying to figure out is there seems to be some type of issue with reseller hosting on HostGator. Now, most reseller hosting is based on a dedicated server. I'm on a dedicated server at HostGator. I have the installation set up on a reseller plan, and we don't have that problem. So we're not sure if that's a hosting-related bug or if that's operator error at this point, because we know that the operator of that installation was in there changing a bunch of stuff around. So we're not sure if
in some
that's
cases,
the deal.
it could just be the PHP settings. If something's turned on or off, that can totally shut down the script.
Yeah.
Emilio, Wrecking Ball SMS has nothing to do with GPS Monster.
Correct. Correct. Those are two completely separate entities. The GPS Monster is a proximity or a geo-targeting app platform and has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Nor do
Charlie,
we don't have it. We don't have any. Not only does it not have anything to do with this, we don't have any ownership in that product. It's not ours either.
There's a big but to that too, though. You can add that as a product into your SPS website as a service.
You could if you had it set up and working. Charlie asked about installation for both the products or for the products. Just send an email on that, if you will.
Yeah. Let's see. James, I just missed that question. I guess I'm not quite understanding what you're asking, Dave. I wish you had thought of this now.
What's that mean?
Yeah, James. I think he's just wanting to know when's the deal going to end. We'll be pulling the sales page down, I'm sure, sometime tomorrow. But James, just shoot me an email. We'll get you in on the customer loyalty deal if it's a week from now or whatever the case may be. I mean, you guys are all very valuable customers to us, so we want to go. We'll do whatever we can to help you out. That's for sure. So just shoot me an email.
And it's confusing because there's several different components here, and we're selling this all as one package now. So if you just come in and you just are, you're hearing about Wrecking Ball SMS, it would include all of this in one package. But since you have a module here, a module there, component here, component there, it does become a little confusing.
And if you just buy, for example, just the Wrecking Ball SMS, and you decide to outsource a website design that speaks to your Wrecking Ball, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and this is tested and proven, and I mean, and it's just there's no need to do anything other than this. This is a great corporate site with the right calls to action, and Joe H., I see your paragraph in here. That is a good safety tip. Joe just wanted to let me know that when he set up his SMS, it went in and it changed the URLs in his Twilio account on his main account. Well, because it does that when it connects, and he had a number set up as a demo with another system, and the demo didn't work then when he tried it. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Joe. But he closed the sale anyway. Rock on. But I will absolutely put up a warning or reshoot a video in the members area talking about that, because yeah, that's something I know. But sometimes when you're doing those kinds of training things, it's hard to get outside your own head and explain every possible situation. But that's an important one. I'll get a warning in there for sure.
Yeah, and Sam, Dave's going to address this at the end. What is the customer loyalty program combination? What that package is? So just hang on.
Yep.
And yeah, I hear you, Lou. You want to know more about the next level of proximity marketing. We're going to get to that not on this webinar, but we will get to that very soon. I promise you're going to be excited by what you hear.
Yeah.
Very excited, but all in due time.
Let's see. And Mitch says, Dave, can we remove reply message from Twilio when somebody texts my Twilio number? Saves me money. The reply message from Twilio when somebody texts my Twilio number saves me money. You don't have to send a reply out necessarily, Mitch, if you're asking about using our system. You could do that if that's what you're trying to do. Simon, we kind of covered this. There is no public payment plan being offered. However, we can probably work something out with you. Hit us up on the email, and we'll find a way to work with you if we can. Jason says, can you limit access to what certain customers sees as upsells? Yes, you absolutely can, Jason. Not only can you limit access for it, but you could create those options in the SPS system to allow them to buy those upsells. Let's see. No, actually, what is the Mobile Command Center bonus? I can show you that. I might have to dig a little bit here in just a minute, but I'll show you what I'm talking about.
And keep in mind, while he's doing that, if you already own SPS, you're going to get access to the new system. We're going to eventually get everybody in over there, so you can get the bonuses and everything as well.
Yeah. And Keith says, did I hear you say SMS Monsters 197 for SPS LBS owners? Yes, that's correct, Keith. One more question before I call it a night. Is it possible to add landing pages to SPS so if you're running a special promotion?
Absolutely. You just create a new page. Create a new page, link to it.
Just create a new page, yeah, and then that's your link for that promotion, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, never hurts to try. You're right, Lou. We'll get to it. Just hang on with that. Ed, I'm getting a function.date error on my SPS and not sure what to do on it.
For some reason, in the last 3 months, a lot of companies running cPanel servers have started deactivating the date function, which is critical for most scripts to run. There is a workaround for that. Just send me an email, and I'll send you the file just to upload your server. Once you upload it, it's done. It'll automatically configure your server.
Yeah. And Dave, how can we get the web form added to the Wrecking Ball SMS?
Yeah, Sam, shoot me an email, support@wreckingballmarketing.com, or hit me up on Skype, or put in a support ticket inside the members area, and we can get you hooked up, no problem.
Yeah, good question, Mitch, about Moby Coupon, which is a script that lets you, on the fly, create multiple mobile optimized landing pages or coupon pages, if you will. And in that package that you bought, I did include a video that shows you, I don't know if you've gone through the videos, on how to use it with SPS. And basically what you're doing is you have your coupon image, and then below it you have your redemption code. Excuse me, you're referring to SPS. I'm talking about with LBS. Okay. Well, it's basically the coupon can be used. You're just driving people directly to your free trial. So you're giving away a 30-day free trial. So that's your coupon right there. And then you can also have a link to the webinar if you're using the webinar system. So any way you can just get out an additional page out there, or that acts as a coupon. So there's going to be a benefit to that.
Yeah.
But those with LBS, you really were just using the mobile coupon page as the carrier for the redemption code, and then they would click over to LBS front end and enter that particular redemption code into the form, and that lead is collected at that point, and they're able to see the offer.
And Adriana has a question. You said we recommended waiting to buy hardware for APS. Why? Well, that's a great question, Adriana, and all we can say is just hang on another week, 10 days, something like that, because there's going to be hardware available to you, the likes of which the planet has never seen before, and that's no exaggeration.
Yeah. If you're a member of APS, you're going to see this new technology first before anybody else does, and it is in proximity marketing, different format, but it all has to do with proximity marketing. So just hang on with that. You're going to be very excited by what you see in here, so that's coming.
Yeah, and Ed, John wants to know, is the SPS website that's installed on our domain SEO friendly?
Off the bat, no. But you can actually play with the meta tags inside the content manager. You can also add analytics as well.
Yeah, and Emilio asked about how do you know what version of SPS is? Well, Ed's going to be doing adding version numbers so that you will know.
All right, and Joe, this is a good one. I think we have a solution. Joe says, I have a franchise with about 20 reps. So I'm testing to see if I can use it for all these guys, possible to create sites for regions in my company geared for a territory with the reps, picks, and bios, etc. Ed, couldn't he set up multiple SPS installations on subdomains with each subdomain being a territory?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that might be the easiest way to accomplish that, Joe. I would think. Then you would have the company domain, and then each territory would get its own subdomain.
Yeah, as a owner of SPS, you're entitled to unlimited installs for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and Keith, that's a good comment about having all these products and putting them all into one, and you know, having a master plan on how you're going to utilize them all. And that's really the path we're leading you down. You know, we're not saying you need to buy all these products, but for those that have purchased pretty much everything that I put out, Dave puts out, Ed and I should say, it's putting it all together and making it work for you. And then we're going to get to that point where we show you how to use it, where you can just reach for a tool here, use it with LBS, use it with SPS, and how they all tie in, because that's the important thing. You know, eventually we'll want to stop buying, right? These tools are all useful, but we need to put them in play. And
yep, and
we'll get there.
And Christopher, take the one from Sheldon near the bottom in all capital letters.
Sheldon.
And Homero says, Joe, that's an awesome business model. And knowing Homero like I do, he may be looking to apply as your Texas rep, Joe. Let me know if you want me to put the two of you in touch.
Yeah, Sheldon, basically what APS is, the introduction to proximity marketing, working with Bluetooth. The technology is constantly changing, just like it is in the mobile arena. Things are changing daily. So it's a very good introduction to how proximity marketing works, the tools that you need, just so you understand what's going on. Because when we introduce you to the next wave of this, the next step, you're going to see how it all comes into play. But in addition to that education, there's a lot of good marketing tools that are inside of APS that can be used for Bluetooth marketing, as well as this new proximity system that we have coming out. They can be modified for their use as well. So that's why, if you are interested in proximity marketing, you want to make sure you spend some time inside that community watching the videos. There's a lot of information, more than you probably need, on that area of marketing. So just hang on and wait on the hardware. Don't do anything yet, and just understand what it is first. Let's see.
Yeah, and Keith, you hit the nail right on the head with that the new product comment here, but we can't share that publicly. Yeah, James, look, yeah, James just kind of lit me up a little bit in the question box. James, let me explain one more time. You don't need either one. You don't need to have both of these tools by any stretch of the imagination. You can build a business with either one of them. They do complement each other very, very well. And that's why we've all partnered up and decided to offer a package deal, because these two tools together are, simply said, the most powerful SMS program on the planet, and without a doubt the best business in a box as a package. However, either one of them is capable of making you a living all by itself. If you have the SMS Monster, what you don't have is the ability to just send cold traffic to a web page unless you create that page yourself, and then it's not going to have some of the functionality and integration that SPS does. If you have just SPS, these guys will let you have access to a client-side login to run your SMS campaigns. It just won't have 100% the most robust backend, but will have kick-ass lead management and an identity on the web to send customers to. So as a package, they're uber powerful. Individually, they're still uber powerful. They're just a little slightly different business model that requires a little bit more work. It's just a little more automated if you have the package. So, can I load my own tabletops? That's a great one.
You'll be able to do that here in a couple days.
I love this comment right here. I know it's a little off topic. We're talking about APS. I don't want to get too heavily into that, but this is a fantastic comment from Ron about I want the portable APS hardware so I can put it in the vest of my service dog and make him earn his keep. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. How can I find out more about it? So just send us an email. Either go through Dave or through Ed or I, and we'll take care of that for you. How does LBS integrate with these products? Again, you know, that's probably
that's the next webinar, don't you think, guys?
Yeah, just as Dave mentioned, you could just run with LBS on its own and make a living with that if you just wanted to commit to it. Tying all these things together is a little more challenging, takes a little more thinking, and it just depends how invested you are into this whole business model, this whole area of marketing.
Absolutely. Let's see.
I'm really glad we did this call.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of questions.
Yeah, and this is all. I'm glad we invited everybody to the call so we could get these questions handled. When I add a page, the links always go to the bottom. How to put them on top of the menu? Is there a way to order the links, Ed?
No, all the links, the buttons on the top, these are all static buttons. Let me go back to the home page here. These are all static buttons. The additional content can be either added within your content or in the link bar below it.
Got it.
Okay.
Got
Question, let me get this from John. John, do you recommend start with LBS or SPS? I mean, you know, this is a subjective question here. I think it's better if you start with SPS because the business model is very simple. And you're giving away something for free. And then you get them into your funnel. You're going to give them something of value for free, I should say. With that free trial, then you can come in and say, hey, by the way, I can do coupon distribution for you. So that may be a better approach. But ultimately here, the key is just starting and taking some chances and going out and starting something and not going back and forth on which one should I start. Is this better? Am I doing the right thing here? Just get out and start. You know,
yeah, I think at first, doing initial introductions with businesses, you're going to have more success with SMS than you will with the coupons.
I agree 100%. And Keith has got a good point. Plus, when you get started, you put $10 on your Twilio account. Twilio gives you $30 for free, so it costs you nothing.
Exactly. So there's something about giving away. I mean, there's a reason why these large corporations use that 30-day trial, 45-day trial. I've even seen 60-day free trials, 90-day free trials. There's a reason why they use that, is that model, because it does work. And it's very powerful at the front end. Plus, the business model, the prospecting side of this, is so simple to do. You can get out with without a lot of confrontation. You can get sales packages out in the hands of business owners. And if you're kind of afraid to maybe talk about what you have initially, and you just want to get some exposure out there and get people calling you, that's a great way of doing that.
Yeah.
Also, from time to time, you're going to find when you start speaking to the businesses that sign up at your site, they might have a little bit more needs than what the free trial can offer them. At that point, you can give them, you can send them a customized quote, come to agreement, and send it right to them in the back office. They log in, they pay right in their back office for that customized quote, and they're automatically set up for the monthly plan that you created for them.
Yep. And Harold, you're right. I started to answer your question, then I cut myself off, I think, to let Ed finish speaking. Harold was asking, what's the best way to back up your systems in case of crashes or hard drives? I think, Ed, you're going to agree with my answer. In my opinion, Harold, the best way to back up any system that is based on your own hosting is to back up the MySQL database, which is very, very simple to do. And inside of the members area, there's a video explaining it, but it looks like Ed's going to show you how to do it right now. If you save the database, here, this is a great story for you guys. Actually, it just happened to me last Thursday. Was it Thursday, you guys? I think it was Thursday. The new members area that we've spent weeks and weeks and weeks building out, I was in FileZilla and I deleted it. I deleted it by accident and didn't have a backup. However, because we had the database, I was able to get the site back up with all of the structure and all of the links in place We just had to go back in and plug in the videos and the downloads. So that actually could be what happened to that missing SPS download that you need me to check on, Joe, as well. But if you have the database backed up, you're in pretty good shape. Wouldn't you agree, Ed?
Yeah, and what you do is just come into your C panel or any other panel that you're using. They all will have a icon or a link for backups. Click on that, and then what you want to do is download the home directory first to save all your files on your site, and then come through and click on each individual link here and put those on to your desktop and just set those aside, and you can just do that every day. Now, most server companies, hosting companies, they'll provide the service for you for a couple extra bucks a month. This will all be done automatically.
Yeah, Keith says, Dave, turn on your deletion confirmation in your FileZilla settings. Keith, it was on. I'm just that big a dumbass. It was on. I actually said, it asked me, Dave, are you sure? I said, yup, of course I'm sure. Boom. Gone.
You know, I don't know if we got this one yet, but from I Am Big Guy, he's asking for a new key when he hits the site.
Is that for me?
Yeah, it's, when going to Wrecking Ball Monster site, I'm being asked for a new key.
And there also should be a little link there that allows you to send an email. Am I correct? Please do that. Here's the deal. Just send an email using that link. It will get you taken care of immediately. Over the last 3-4 months, when we transferred license files from server to server, any license files that had expired disappeared. And we haven't been checking the license file for the last 3 months while we were in development, and we turned it back on the other day because we're finally through development. And so anybody, there's very frankly, there's about 15-20 people out there that are just experiencing this and have to send this email, but I will get you taken care of as soon as I get off the webinar, sir. Let's see.
Hey, Thomas.
Installing a license number caused me one to... Yeah, Joe, that's been remedied because I've added... There's a form now in the members area, Joe, to request a license key and an explanation. However, once you've done that, through the miracle of modern technology and space-age polymers, we're able to make that disappear so it's not cluttering up your page. So that's why you're not seeing it. J.A., I'll get you a replay, you smartass. But I'll get it to you, brother, I promise. Space-age polymers, yes, that's what I said, Mitch. Space-age polymers. We've got all those types of things going on. We've got space-age polymers, double carbide tips. Lots and lots of industrial buzzwords happening here at the Wrecking Ball SMS. Our old license doesn't work anymore, Dave. No, that's not necessarily true, Mitch. There was a handful of licenses that were expired when the licensing system got moved from server to server. But if you have an old license that's in there, which is the vast majority of them, then it's not an issue. Had 2 requests for license keys. Haven't clicked the second. Should I? Dave, does your system operate or no? If it doesn't, then yes, you should click that. If it does operate, then we need to have you give me a screenshot over to support so I can figure it out, because that's a bug then. Cool. All right. I am going to take the screen back because I wanted to get into this just for a minute and just show you guys this. In the last bonus webinar we did a couple of weeks ago, we shared with you guys some awesome tools, tactics, techniques, and resources to come up with some local business mailing lists. Does everybody remember that? Anybody? Bueller? And we talked about doing a direct mail. Yeah, great. Awesome. Many people. I like it. Where's the damn recording? Okay. All right. I told you the recording story. I'm working on it. No, it wasn't the spam trick. Ron. I think we talked about that in the first webinar. But anywho, I wanted to put together a direct mail postcard, right? And I've done that. And here's the front of it. And Here's the back of it. Okay? What do you guys think of this? You think that's a decent looking postcard? I think it is. I like it a lot too. So I'm about to send out a few hundred of these things to drive some traffic to my new SPS front end. And I think it's going to be fairly successful. But you guys are all going to get an opportunity to find out exactly how successful it is. Now, I won't be split testing this postcard on this campaign. What? No QR code on the postcard. Thank you, Stephen. No, I didn't have one on here, and there should be one, shouldn't there? And since I told Digital Dave we would cover that, why don't we just put one on here real quick? Is that cool with you guys? If send me the artwork. Steve, I'm going to do you one better. Yeah, do you guys want to see me edit a QR code onto this thing? Or is that just going to bore you to death because you all know how to do it? All right, cool. First thing we got to do is we got to go to qrstuff.com, which is my favorite for sure. And I think it's QR-stuff if I'm on a new computer. Here we go. So I'm going to qrstuff.com. All right, Alejandro's got, and Alejandro, I saw your question earlier. If there's any way we can help facilitate that transition or that hardware apparatus, absolutely we'll be involved with that. That's not an issue. I'm over here at qrstuff.com, which is the one I like to use, and I'm going to create an SMS message, okay? And I'm just going to, let's see. So I'll put a message in here, yes, sign me up for my free trial. And I know that's going to go to, do I have it in here? No. What is the number? Let's take a look, because I can't remember right off the top of my head. I know there's a 200 in it. There it is. So I'm just going to copy that guy and come back over here to QR Stuff and paste it in. And I think in QR Stuff it doesn't matter if you have the dashes in or not. So what I'm going to do here with this QR code, right, is I'm just going to pre-populate a text message. When somebody scans the QR code, I'm going to pre-populate a text message, right, with what I want in here. Now, we would have to use a free trial keyword here. Ed, with the SPS, if I have text after the keyword, is it an issue?
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay. So we're just going to put free in here because we'll set that up as our keyword, right, for our free trial. And then we just want to download the QR code, or we can just right-click and save the image. So is that updated? It probably isn't. Let's download it. All right, so now I'm going to right-click. Dang it. I'm going to bore you guys to tears with this here. Downloads. Yeah, I'll just leave it there for now. All right. So now I want to open up my postcard, right? And I've got it saved here in a GIMP format. So let's open this up. Actually, I think I want to put the QR code on the back. I don't think I want to put it on the front. Do I? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I know, right? Live demo with problems are great. Yeah, I know. But it is what it is. I had to move the GoToWebinar chat box out here. So let's do this once. What if I did this? So I'm in GIMP, right? So I have all my layers here. And if you were in Photoshop, it'd be the same thing going on. I'm just going to select my text layer here. which is the white stuff, and change it to left justify once. That'll actually work. All right, and let's move it over here. I actually kind of like that better, I think. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so now I need to change the red. Actually, I can probably get away with just moving that. Let me just delete that guy. That was my black outline around the letters to make the red pop. I'm going to leave the red right where it's at, but I could come over here and move it just like so. We'll put that right there. I'm going to come back to my text file. I'm going to right-click and go alpha to selection. The battery in my mouse is dying now, so that's awesome. And I'll go select, grow. I'm just going to grow that by 2 pixels. Add a new layer. Grab my bucket fill tool, select black, fill that with black, and then move it down a layer to put it underneath the white, and go select none. All right, so now let's put our QR code in here. Let me just open this guy up and drag it in. And that'll work. And just move it right up here. And then I'm going to click the scale tool, click it, make sure that the aspect ratio is locked. Look, it's already changed because I moved when I clicked. And just drag this out. And just save it. And now I want to save it as a PNG and make sure that it's okay. Cool, yeah? What do you guys think? I think that's a pretty good looking postcard, don't you? That's a potential. Alejandro says problem with the QR code in the upper right-hand corner. USPS code readers might think it's a stamp code and reject the postcard. Yeah, I suppose that's a possibility, and I should check that out obviously before I mail. I would have to believe that I'm going to be using Vistaprint. I think it's the easiest solution, and I will check that out. But if that's the case, I will probably just go right justified on my text and scoot this guy over. I think that might look pretty interesting too. As a matter of fact, let's just try it. Let's see what it looks like, right? So let me do that quick. Yeah, that'll actually look pretty good. So now let me move this QR code. I'm going to delete that layer. It's like watching ice freeze, isn't it, guys? All right, how about that? Anybody got any complaints about that? Did I screw that one up? No, we're all good. All right, cool. I'm going to mail it. I'm going to mail it. So check this out. Everybody's saying, send me the files, send me the files. Not only am I going to send you the files for this postcard, but in shopping for graphics, spelling. Are you serious? Because I've already been busted out on this postcard like 3 times today on spelling. Are you kidding me, or do you see something? Great, this was cheaper than Fiverr. Okay, kidding. Great, fantastic. I was shopping for some graphics the other day, and I ran across a phenomenal PLR pack that comes with some business cards, and they gave you this postcard template, and it's kind of cheesy and half-assed, and I didn't really like it. However, look at these. We've got all these fantastic graphics in here. WSO time coming on. Nope. Yeah, that's where I picked it up. But I bought the master resale rights because I thought it was an excellent package. So you guys are all going to get this. So here's all these fantastic, and there's complete PSDs and everything. And so we're going to put this in the members area and make sure that you guys all have access to it so you can go make postcards that look like this. Because very frankly, I don't think I'm that good. As a matter of fact, I know I'm not. I'm not a graphic artist by any stretch of the imagination. But I think that's a pretty damn good looking postcard that's going to get a lot of attention in somebody's mailbox. So I figured, you know, what the hell, I might as well spring for the resale rights and get you guys all these tools too. So those will all be in the members area probably mid-morning tomorrow, available for you as a bonus download. And I've also got some GIMP tutorial videos that I'll put a link in there too to get you access to. There's actually a gal on YouTube whose YouTube handle is GIMP Tricks, and it's the best tutorials I've ever seen. Yeah, let's see. About the postcard, you may want to put a line break to your CTA so your line doesn't read drive today at, but test drive today at. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I am picking up what you are laying down, player. That's a great idea as well, Suzanne. So let me make that change while we're here. Or I will forget about it and then I will mail it. Has anybody ever mailed a PLR postcard that has somebody else's return address on it? I've done it. Sad, isn't it? I did it. I was early on and a beginner, so I'm not gonna feel too horrible about it. Where's the question box? Where do you think we should put this line break? I lost my question box here.
Beneath the no cost.
Mitch just called me a nerd. Yeah, that'll work.
Hey, who's running the webinar here?
I can't hear a word you're saying, man. Did you like half mute yourself or something?
I said, who's running the webinar?
I thought I was.
Everybody's showing you how to make the.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, the best thing you can do in any situation is surround yourself with people that are smarter than you.
That's right.
I'll be the first one to admit it. Oops. See, and now I did that wrong because I was shooting my mouth off.
We got a smart list.
That's too big. There it is.
Now, how many of these are you going to make for us in the back office?
What's that?
How many of these are you going to make for us?
This one. This one. Did I do the new layer? Yeah, I did. So what's that going to look like? Yeah, there we go. I'll make up a couple of them. That's cool. I can do that. Would that help you guys if I made you up a couple of these postcards? I'll do a couple of different designs. You guys can all yell at me and correct my spelling. I got to get the question box back open. Would that help you guys? Yes, yes. Quite a few. Oh yeah, the dots, right. Damn it. Again. That was just for you to tear. But I will take this. Let's just do it. All right, let's just do it. So everybody can watch me do it. Now everybody's now, yeah, I know. I'm just you guys can just see me getting flustered here by the minute. I think they're just screwing with me now to see what they can get me to do here on the webinar. No, this is actually kind of good, you know, because I like doing this stuff. It's hard to do on a webinar sometimes because you don't want to, you know, bore people to tears, like I said. But on the other hand, I like this kind of group brainstorming thing. I really do. I think it's the best way to get to really any kind of resolve on any situation. So I appreciate all of the input from you guys. I really do. I mean, not Chris and Ed, but you guys as customers, you know. Chris and Ed are just in it to take pot shots at me. Like that Amoroso character. Is he still on the call? Select none. That's what I was looking for. All right. Anybody else got any questions or comments about my postcard? Color the QR code. Get over yourself. Yeah, I put a lot of time in with GIMP. You know, I feel it's look, you know, I want to share this with you guys, okay? Because I hope this is motivating. But less than 18 months ago, I didn't know what GIMP was. I had never done anything like that, right? I didn't know what WordPress was. I didn't know how to do it. Any of it. I'm a very determined individual. It's why I succeed. I believe that I can do it before I start, and I don't stop learning until I've accomplished what I want. And that's with everything. And your business is like that too. When I decided that I wanted to go down an engineering career path, you know, and I'm a gambler by nature. I'm not recommending anybody do this, but I plunked down $12,000 for SolidWorks software that I had never seen, never operated before, but knew I would need to learn if I was going to have the career I wanted. And I spent that money on that software. And I tore in, and I taught myself that software too. And I've taught myself WordPress and, you know, FTP and GIMP and Photoshop and Camtasia. And you guys can do that too. You just have to have the resolve that you're going to do it, right? You just have to decide to do it, and you will. But that's really what it's about. It's about making the decision to get outside your comfort zone and then taking action on it. So, and a bottle of single malt scotch. That's a great, there may have been a drink. There may have been a drink or two involved in the learning process. I'm not going to lie to you. And you have never bought any GIMP videos to learn GIMP or Photoshop? No, not a one. Not a one. Every single thing I've learned in GIMP has been on YouTube, and the vast majority of it has come from that gal. GIMP Tricks is her YouTube name, and I don't know where she's from. I think she may be from Russia. I think that's where the accent is, but she's got phenomenal tutorials. But no, decide to do it, and for, you know, like, if I need this postcard today, then I'm getting a postcard today. There's no, you know, you have to look at it like a job. Like if you work construction and you have a deadline to get a roof on a house, or you're not going to get paid, you work until you got that roof on that house. And you have to treat your business exactly the same way. You have to go decide to make a living. And then whatever obstacles are put in front of you or you come across, overcome them one way or another. If you hate doing it, it's something you're really bad at, outsource it, but overcome it. Don't let it, you know, don't let it conquer you. Don't let it beat you. Get out in front of it and just tell yourself, I can do this, and then go do it. You just have to dig in and do it. Yep, that's a perfect, that's a great way to end this. Everybody wants the magic push button crap. If you're building a real business, it's going to work. It's going to be work. There's going to be pain involved. there's going to be stress involved. There just is. What else can we answer your questions on this evening? We're knocking on an hour and a half, so we'll probably wrap this up pretty good. Yeah, Graham says, that's okay, Dave, but you did have the consultants here to help you. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Graham. I appreciate the brutal honesty and the jab in the ribs one last time before the end of the evening. Does anybody else have any questions they want to get in here? Is there going to be a recording? Awesome. Great encouragement, Dave. Well, I hope so, Mel. I hope so. You just got to do it, brother. You just got to decide to do it. Wayne says, sorry if I missed it, do you guys have plans for a forum where we can interact with each other? Christopher, we have an SPS forum in place, do we not?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have a SPS, LBS, and APS form all combined into one.
Yeah, so it's available right inside the SPS admin panel, is it not?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Let's see. You're an inspiration, Dave. Thank you, sir. Nice. Have any lumpy mail ideas? Yeah, Dwight, we'll cover them on the next webinar, but I do. I actually have one that I played with about 4 or 5 weeks ago that I've talked about intermittently, and it just kicks ass. But we'll get to that on the next webinar, and that's the marketer side and me forcing you to come to my next webinar. So deal with it. What do you think about that, tough guy? Suzanne says, to be honest, sometimes it pays to be a procrastinator. Suzanne, I'm going to throw you right off this call for saying that. I really tried to make sense of the monster. Oh, wait a minute. This is a compliment. Damn it. Put my foot in my mouth again. Really tried to make sense of the monster, but without your organized structure, tutorial support, etc., it would have not been workable for me. So, and I would have been on Skype forever. And with SPS, this has become even better. Thank you, Suzanne, and I'm sorry I jumped the gun. Let's see. Yeah, green eggs and spam. Exactly, Keith. This has been a great webinar. Well, thank you, Wayne. We love having you guys on these calls. We really do. We all enjoy sharing whatever we can and building success stories and helping each other out, and we appreciate all of you guys being on these calls. We really do. It's so important to us. You know, I guess, well, I shouldn't speak for Chris and Ed, but it's real easy to get stuck in your computer. And these are kind of our outlets. You guys are like kind of really, you know, I hate to get all sappy, but you're kind of like extended family to a degree. There's a lot of you that I interact with as much as I do as with my wife, you know, because we're doing business and we're working with each other all day long. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate all of you guys. We really do. Let's see. I'm just looking through here. Chris, Ed, do you have anything you guys want to get in here before we wrap it up? I'm just taking a quick last scan of the question box.
Yeah, I already scanned it. Everything looks pretty good. There is one, somebody's sending us a screenshot. For some reason, I can't copy and paste that. If you can email it to me, I'll gladly take a look at that. I don't know which member system you're referring to.
Is that Joe H? Yeah. Got it handled.
Yeah, and if we didn't get your question answered, just use the support button, and we want to help everybody with these systems, so don't be afraid. Hit us up. We're here to help you guys. We really are. But you've got to commit to this whole thing. You've got to decide that this is what you're going to do, and you've got to run with it. You may have to fail a few times. You're going to make mistakes along the way, but that's all part of it. These are real business systems. These are not pie-in-the-sky stuff. It's real business systems that are going to require work and effort, but they will reward you if you put that effort into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's real work, it's a real business, but it has real rewards like nothing else could ever give you. Okay? I want all you guys to go out there and succeed tomorrow. Don't let anything get in your way.
I'm Dave Igo. You can always find me on Skype at Dave Igo, all one word, DAVEIAGO, or support at wreckingballmarketing.com. Chris and Ed can always be reached via their email addresses, which I won't even attempt to rattle off, but they're littered all over every support area and every page that you guys have access to, so we are always findable. And if you can't find one for Chris or Ed, just send it to support at wreckingballmarketing.com, and I will make sure that we get it to them. All right?
Yeah, there's support right through SPS. There's support LBS. There's support buttons all over the place.